How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do something that could help you out, and it involves these. Stay tuned. Again, welcome back to the channel, everybody. This happens to be an M2 wheel. Now, the thing is, M2 for a while has put out their own wheels, truck wheels, Ford wheels, Corvette wheels, yada yada yada, to match more of the original style and look. And Hot Wheels has gotten nowhere. If you look right up there, you can see one of their boxes where they've started releasing their lines of wheels. Well, sometimes you want, depending on the build, you want to use M2s and Hot Wheels. And that's what we have here. And what I'm doing, the build that I'm using, I want two different sizes. Because I want one for the front, one size for the front, and one size for the back, right? You can see the difference in size. The rear is the two thicknesses of that. Well, the problem comes in when you go to use them. You can put them right in, clamp it down, tighten it down and everything, but it doesn't roll. Well, there's a couple ways to fix that, so let's go over them real quick. Now, the first way, and it's up to you whichever way you want to do it. This is a base that I've combined together out of two cars, and I want, like I said, I want to have wider ones on the rear and thinner ones on the front. Now, there's two ways that you can go about this. One is to put it together, okay? Get this lined up right so you can see what I'm talking about. If you look, there's a hole right there where the axle goes through. Right there, you can see it. You can take a drill bit and run it through there, the size of the axle. And that works pretty good. Actually, it works very well. But the problem is, if you don't get that drill bit going perfectly straight through, it could make your tire ride higher on one side than it does on the other. So what I like to do is take a file and open that channel up. Your typical M2s already has something for the axles to go in. Well, this is a M2 front with a Hot Wheels back. So what I like to do is I take a file and open it up, and you can look and see which way you want it to go to first. But all you need to do is very, very simple. Cheap Dollar Tree Q-tips. And the reason I like these, because they're cheap. You can get a bunch of them, a couple hundred for $1. Whereas if you use the brass axle tube or something like that, it's a lot bigger than this for making an axle tube. And that's what we're going to do, is make an axle tube. It's just so, what coupe? It's just so much bigger in diameter to where you basically got to cut almost everything off to get it in there. You about cut all that tab off right there. There's my helper, buddy. Hey, buddy. Uh-oh. Let me get y'all straightened up here. But to do this is very simple, like I said. Just go down below the cotton. Yeah, and cut it. That's all you got to do. Hey, buddy. Yeah. And if you look, these are hollow. You just run it between your fingers and push down kind of hard, and it rounds it back out after cutting it. But as you will see, the axle fits in there perfect. Now watch. Rolls really smooth. So now all I got to do is cut it to length to go on the base. Which is right there. And you watching the Q-tip go the other way, buddy? Now we have an axle tube. He's making all kind of mess. But there you go. Like I said, it'll go right in there and spin now. M2 wheels are not notorious for being great rollers anyway. But look how much better that rolls. So now that we have the axle tube, now we got to make the axle fit into the car. But now that we have it cut, we can figure out, do we need to go straight in or straight out, if we're going to lower it or up, because you can actually put this in there. Get my fat thumbs out of the way. That's right, fat thumbs, F-U-M-B-S. But if you just put it into the notches, push it down as far as it'll go, you can actually lower it that much. But I'm not after that. I don't want it to be lowered. So if I look at this, I know that I need to open it up, and I've got more room to the front than I do the rear. So if I just take out that little bit of the side right there, take this little bit out right here, that should fit down in there. You can open it up however you want to. I'm going to use a file and maybe even my little trimmers to do it. Doesn't take that long, it only takes a minute, and then we'll test fit it. You don't want to go too far in one direction because your wheels might rub the fenders. Take that down there. Same thing over here. Let me just take the file and open that bad boy up. Put it in the groove, push it toward the front, and just file it until it goes all the way in. And that quickly, I've already opened it up that much. But I also need to cut the tabs off because we're not going to be reusing those. And we actually need to open that up too, so that the tube will sit down in that notch. So that's what we're trying to accomplish. Now you're going to be opening the notch up a little bit toward the front as you go down. Just keep an eye on everything. And I'm actually just going to use a piece that I cut the Q-tip off of to check it. See how much more we need to go. See, I can stop with that. But I'm going to go further. Just because. Get one that's flat now. That isn't taper as it goes in. That way I can file a flat groove. And I go both directions just so I'm centering the hole. But now I'm actually down in the axle groove of the original axles. And just stick that in there to see where we're at. And I need to go more. I'm actually going to try to go down to the bottom of that hole, that groove. File it some more. Now it's sitting down in there all the way. Now you can't stop there because your body, or normally interior, has the pegs right there that will also need to be filed, cut, sanded, whatever, however you want to look at it. Trying to remember to flip this over so you can see it each time. Well, you saw it a minute ago. Let's put it back together. And see, now that hole is bigger in there. But it's not quite big enough because there's tabs on the bottom of the interior still there. We could get away with it like that. Yeah. But they don't roll as good without the axle tube. So now we need to open up these tabs. And now the tube's in it. I can tighten it down all I want. Put that tire back in there. And now it rolls really good. That's all there is to doing it. Just take your time, work with it, and have fun. That's what the hobby's about anyway. Thanks for watching. Get out there and hunt. You don't hunt, you can't find. We'll see you in the next video.